old camera, so I just took the camera and I used to just record a vlog every single day, like before I went to bed, just summarizing my day, maybe like a minute video every single day of like what I would do or what I did. And I did that for 30 days because it just gave me enough time to practice talking on the camera so I wouldn't be as nervous by the time I got there. I think that's a super big jump for a lot of people that just don't feel comfortable on camera at all. What's up, YouTube? This is Down Jackson of Day by Day Media, helping you grow your brand online day by day. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to start your content creation journey, your content process. If you don't know where to start, if you're trying to figure out where to start, if you had an idea in your head for a while and you didn't know how to put the idea out onto the internet, this might help you out. This is the story how I got started, and I think it'll be really impactful for a lot of you out there. So definitely make sure you enjoy it. And leave a comment below if this video helps you out a lot, because it's all the things I went through and like all the levels that I went through to get here. So I hope it helps you out a lot. So one of the first things that really got me started for my story of putting out content was I was a personal trainer living in Jersey. And this is like in 2016. And I wanted to start putting out content online, A, to get more clients as a trainer, two, because I wanted to be cool. Like, having 1,000 Instagram followers was like a big deal back then. That's definitely something that you always wanted to do and always wanted to have. So like, being cool online was just one of the things to do. And it's still the same now, but like, it was like just becoming a real thing back then. It's like, oh, you want to be Instagram famous? That was a thing to go. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I want to do this. It sounds like fun. It was right after the YouTube wave kicked off and all the YouTubers were blowing up. So it was like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to do this. How do I get to this level? And at that time, Snapchat was really just popping off, just coming up into the game. And, I was like, all right, cool. Well, I know YouTube had its moment, Instagram had its moment, Snapchat has to have a moment too. And I figured the Snapchatters were going to be the next thing to blow up with, like, how do I become Snapchat famous? At that time, also, though, I was really afraid of being on camera. Or maybe not afraid, but just like it wasn't really that comfortable being on camera, and definitely was not comfortable putting myself out online between people judging me. What if I look ugly? What if my hair's messed up? I can't talk, I stutter. All the things that you go through in your head of like, hey, this is the issues that I'm facing on putting myself into camera, and this is how I feel about it. So what I did, my mom had an old camera, so I just took the camera and I used to just record a vlog every single day, like before I went to bed, just summarizing my day, maybe like a minute video every single day of like what I would do or what I did. And I did that for 30 days because it just gave me enough time to practice talking on the camera so I wouldn't be as nervous by the time I got there. I think that's a super big gem for a lot of people that just don't feel comfortable on camera at all. It's more normal now, but if you're not used to it, it's just like anything else. You got to keep doing it. You got to put the reps in. You got to keep training to get better at it. So that was something I did that really helped me out a lot. The next thing that I did was with the process of growing on Snapchat, because I always think about things growing exponentially. So I knew that if I just started consistently at something, eventually it would snowball into the next thing. So I started doing my Punch Money in the Mouth series. So I would punch the camera on my phone, like I told you guys before, and I would punch it on Snapchat every single Monday and just have some motivational quotes or like a story or something. And each time I did it, like I got less afraid of being on camera, because it was like, all right, well, if you're punching the damn camera, like you can't really be that afraid, So, and that definitely helped me get at least over a lot of the hurdles in my head, because I was like, all right, well, Monday's coming. It's Monday, what that means. So I had to go do it. I put myself in the water. I had to go do it because I know I wanted to be where I am now. I know I wanted to be in the future. So I was like, I have to get these L's out the way, even if I don't really like the video or it's kind of cringy. I need to get the muscle building and the repetitions in to get to that next stage. And it was definitely one of the biggest things that helped me out with my whole process. So, if you can start with doing something that is behind the scenes, talking to your phone every day, for a month or 15 days, whatever number works best for you. And the next thing is that, find a platform you can do at least one day a week consistently. And this is just for the muscle of just like getting better at putting yourself out there. For actual growth of your account, you're going to need more volume than that. But in the meantime, it's just about getting yourself into the game, accustomed to putting out stuff more often and being seen more often and getting used to how the platform actually works. And like I figured, I had enough time going in of putting out snaps every single Monday. Then I would snap my clients in the gym and I was giving fitness tips. And I had a little Facebook series. I think I did my first YouTube video then too. Here's like the video right here. Same thing, punching the camera, having a good time. And it's still up there, dates right down there too, so you can see everything.
Easy, driving with one hand.
That process of just, putting out there myself out there more and more was one of the main reasons that I feel so comfortable now doing stuff. I already put in so many reps of just like, no one really cares as much as you think. And I'm a lot more confident with things I put out now. And there's still things I'm still not always confident with too. There's like a space of where things I feel really good I can do, other things I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And it's a back and forth between both of them. But you can always But no matter what, start small and be consistent. Get a month in, get 2 months in, get 90 days in, and then kind of re-up from there. Find a platform, do one thing consistently over and over and over again. Eventually becomes like clockwork to you. It's one of the best things to do. Now, another thing that I'm working on more now, like I said, my last video, I was talking about going from being a hobby content creator to an actual marketer, which is a very different skill set because there's a lot more things on the line as you do it with Day by Day Media being my company. So, I have to understand the customer on the end, then understand the client, and then understand how to communicate that value to each person every single time. And so one thing that I'm working more on now is doing a lot more social listening. And social listening is, going out into basically market research. It's going online to see what things people are talking about that are in the communities and the basis of where I'm trying to reach. So one thing that I do, I block out an hour just to go through the comment sections of the people that I'm trying to mirror or my client trying to mirror. So I'll go like through a YouTube channel or Instagram channel or Instagram account and just read all the comments or some of the comments under which a top person in that field is. Because every single person you're trying to reach, there's somebody out there who has their attention, and there's little nuggets inside that person's content of what works and what doesn't work. You just have to know what you're looking for inside the comment section. Using what you learn from their comments, you can learn how to strategize your own style based on things that people value in general and what things you match up with you personally, So I actually went to ChatGPT to figure out what things I should be asking or looking for in the comment section. And these are some of the things that these are the questions that ChatGPT told me to look at while I'm looking at the comments to do better social listening, so I have more of an idea of each thing what I'm looking at. So the first thing is the demographics, which is pretty obvious, pretty standard marketing practice, age, gender, where they live, socioeconomic status, what they're interested in, what they do for fun, just like general things of each person, and the avatar of what makes up that person, what key things about them make them stand out. So it's like a 25-year-old dude who goes to the gym and lives in, New Jersey, or is it someone else that lives in California? There's a lot of different ways you can have each person broken down and segmented. The understanding of how that person is demographic wise, one of the key things you need to know for the marketing, because the better you can understand that person and how that person thinks, the better you're going to be. And that skill I'm working a lot more now too. So like, this part, I'm getting in the habit of reading comments and understanding what that main person is for my client or what the main person is for my video, and then translating that to the next part of my plan to grow and strategize, continue. Number two is, what are the main reasons they watch the video? And this is important because you got to know what the story in the head of the person is you're watching. And that's one thing I'm looking at more too. Every time someone does something, they have a reason to do it. And what has caused them to get there? There's a story going on in their head. Donald Miller has a great book talking about building a storyteller brand. The story going through the head of the person you're trying to reach and how you're the hero in that story. You're basically the Yoda to their Luke Skywalker for the Star Wars reference. And, your job is to convey yourself in a way that's playing the story that they're going through. And you're the hero to help them get to their destination. And that is something that, like, it makes sense in theory, but then understanding the nuances of what the person's actually thinking about, where they are right now, where they are at in the platform, is something that I'm getting more adjusted to as well. So as I discover more things, I'll be putting them out here for you to learn too. Number three is, what aspects do they value most? So a lot of things that someone might watch in a video or in a brand or in, their thing, there's things that they value in it more than others. And figuring out what they value is a key part of knowing what things they actually put into it. So when you're going through the comments, doing the social listening, understanding this person likes this because it's funny. This person likes this because it's helpful. This person likes this because it's simple and easy to explain. These are things that are maybe standard in your mind to think about. At the same time, they are the most important factors, because you may not be able to copy somebody's personality or how they act or how they think. You can copy what is valuable. So if it's information, or if it's ease of access, or if it's time, or how simple is explained, that's always something that can help you out. The next thing is, what common pain point do they face? So, what is the pain that they're trying to solve? Back to the story thing. There's something that really hurts them enough to make the jump to go to that next stage. And that's why your brand, your company is the hero for that next step. Next one, how do they evaluate credibility, which is huge? How do they know that you're an expert? How do they know you're someone they should trust? How do they know they can validate what they're going to be doing with you? And that's a big one to figure out. That's when I'm still learning more too. What part of each different industry that I'm working with, or even my industry, what part of what people are saying and conveying shows that person as an expert that they should be trusted and given value to. Next is how the consumers engage with the content. This was a big one because, some people comment more, some people might like more, some people might share more, people might have a group on it. There's a lot of different ways people engage with certain content. And this is big for each platform as well. So this is something that I didn't think about that ChatGPT kind of opened up my eyes before. And that's why I like using AI for a lot of this stuff, because you can always find, if you're in the right direction, it might open you up in a way you wouldn't have thought about. And you have an infinite amount of times you can interact with the computer that you may not always have access to a person with the same thought process all the time. So I think that's pretty dope. And that's something that I just got from that one prompt right there. The next thing and the last one is, what trends are they interested in? So, what things are going on in that industry, in that space that people are interested in, that they are going through their process of figuring out, oh, they like this right now. It's summer here. The summer thing is like this. The winter thing is like this. January, New Year, New Me is a very big trend that happens every single year. What other trends model that same model with other things that people are talking about throughout the year? And that's some of the biggest things right there. Another one of the big reasons that I wanted to get into social media content marketing, this whole process of building a business online, is because a lot of the things change so fast that you can become a very, very good and very skilled in this within a year, decent amount of time. And there's people that have higher points of skill set or higher points of wealth, whatever you're trying to reach, people that are at higher levels when you're trying to get to, that knowing how to communicate online is a great way to get to them. And that's actually one of the main reasons I want to get into this. And that's actually one of the things I have now. So I'm going to go film two of my clients, TJ the Money Coach and Financially Free D. So going out there and seeing them and setting up some of the content and stuff. So it's cool, just like opportunities that I get to be in places by knowing how to do what I do and getting better at it, helping people that are in further along in certain spots in business, or there are opportunities for me to grow and to help them grow with helping myself grow. So it's a good spot to be. So I definitely highly recommend it. Out here in Atlanta filming some clients. Got the camera, tripod. Got the sunlight too.
Like 6 before take it in. I can't find
This is an example of some of the opportunities that come with being in this lifestyle, going out to film people and having events to film and meeting people and having your setup. So it's been super cool, super fun. Very glad to do it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and check out my last video if you didn't watch it already, talking about how to grow a following from zero. I compare Alex Hormozi's and Gary Vee's content styles and how I changed my style of making content after seeing their thought process and frameworks. Great video, a lot of insights. Keep on watching. Watch the video right here. Take care.